Hello and good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Swede Johnson Stadium on the campus of North Eugene High School in beautiful Eugene, Oregon, where today the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts begin their final league series of the regular season and look to make a run to the postseason with a positive finish to the regular season. But it won't be easy, as today they take on the league-leading Emerald Challengers out of the Eugene-Springfield area as we get ready for today's matchup. Welcome in, everybody. It's Doc Stewart's Baseball here on The Score. I'm Joey Kieran, welcoming you into the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. You can let them make the run to the dump for you. Give them a call at 673-7122. Doc Stewart's coming off of a four-game sweep over the Grants Pass Nuggets, playing last on Wednesday when they were back at home, sweeping the Nuggets 16-5 and 10-0. But on the other side, it's the red-hot Challengers, who are 44-4 on the season, 11-1 in league play, and they've won 7 straight games, coming off of a doubleheader sweep against the Klamath Falls Falcons on Friday when they won 18-1 and 8-4 down at Kiger Stadium in Klamath Falls. Doc Stewart's playing the toughest team in the league this season as they look to try and build some momentum to the postseason. A big opportunity for them to prove to themselves and prove to the rest of the state that they are here for the challenge as the state tournament is right around the corner. Doc Stewart's will be in the postseason. We'll talk more about that throughout tonight's broadcast, but first we're going to have a word with head coach Eric Savage coming up for you here during the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. As we make our way towards that interview, I want to remind everybody that we are streaming live online with video at 541radio.com. You can watch the action there with us at 541radio.com or on our YouTube channel. Search 1490 The Score on YouTube to watch tonight's Roseburg Dr. Stewart's baseball games, streaming live for free. It's brought to you by the Cow Creek Tribe. If you're on our YouTube channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button to be able to catch the action and follow Doc Stewart's all throughout the school year. Or during the summer, I should say. We're getting ready for the school year right around the corner with high school sports coming up here this fall. All right, we are just about to get things underway for tonight's action, but first, a word with head coach Eric Savage. As we take a 2-minute timeout, we'll be back with more of the Roseburg Disposal pregame show on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Find everything you need to enjoy the outdoors, at home or on the road, at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our garden center has what you need to create an oasis at home, from patio furniture to plants and everything in between. And whether you're barbecuing at home or tailgating at the game, we stock the best products from Yeti, Traeger, and Weber. Stop by or shop online at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
In baseball, home plate is always 60 feet 6 inches from the mound. But in life, sometimes your home plate needs to move. If you're planning to move, contact BTB Moving for help. BTB Moving is a labor-only company offering statewide services such as packing and unpacking, loading and unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. BTB Moving is an affordable veteran-owned company. Call 541-315-0122 for help with your next move. BTB Moving for all your moving needs. Back with more of our Roseburg Disposal pregame here on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM, streaming with video online at 541radio.com. Doc Stewart's getting ready for the final series of the regular season in Eugene today to take on the Emerald Challengers. Joining us is Coach Eric Savage. Coach, guys have had a couple of days off after a nice series against Grants Pass. How do you feel about kind of where the team's at going into these final 4 games of the regular season?
Well, we've had a couple good practices, and I think we're in a good place mentally, and we just got to start out how we're capable of starting a ball game, and anything can happen. Can't let them get ahead early, and we just got to play our game and limit the mistakes and see how it goes. But I feel pretty good. I hope the kids feel the same way. They seem like they're doing well. Spirits are up, and energy's high right now, so excited to see what happens.
Winning can definitely help cure a lot of ails, and getting 4 against Grants Pass, I know it's important to get those wins just for where you're at in the standings, but, overall the kind of feeling for the team, how important was it for you guys to take all 4 of those games?
Oh, very valuable for us right now, especially after losing 4 to Medford, where we felt we should have at least took 2 of those games, and we could have went the opposite direction, man. We could have folded in the towel right then and there, and instead we came out and did some really good things and came away with 4 good wins. So super happy with the resiliency with our kids and the fight, and it was good for us, absolutely.
Yeah. I know there's no excuses, and you feel like you guys should have come away with 2 against Medford, but that was also the end of a busy week. How much nicer is it for you guys to go into this series with a couple of days off and be able to get kind of everything lined up for these 4 games against the Challengers?
Oh, yeah, it's been great. It's been not only just for the kids, but also us as coaches, and we have really sit down and talk about some of the things that we need to focus on for the remainder of the season, which, to be honest, is completely different from where we were at the beginning of the season. So, but it's great, get the kids in early and get them out early so they can go do, summer things and be teenagers. But, we had 2 really good practices and had them in early, and it was a good couple days for us, and it was nice to have that just extra day or 2 of downtime where we could process and just kind of let, the game kind of sit to the side, I guess you would say.
Today you guys begin this series against the Challengers, and we know where they're at in the standings and know that they're a quality team on the other side. And, the 2 games against Medford that you felt like you were in and could have had, how do you kind of set this team up in a situation where you guys look to be able to get the ball to bounce in the right direction for you guys, and what you hope to be competitive games here against the Challengers? How do you guys kind of put yourselves in the best position here today? What's this team need to try and accomplish against the Challengers?
It's got to be mindset first and foremost. We have to have that mindset that we're capable of beating them and being aggressive. We have to be aggressive at the plate, and our pitchers have to be aggressive in the zone, be able to command the plate. So kind of twofold there, where our pitchers got to believe that that's their plate, and as well as our hitters, we have to believe that nothing's getting over these 17 inches, and we got to go out there and compete. And we're going to have to play small ball, and they're going to play small ball. We're going to have to be really good at defending the bunt and the hit and run. They're a good coach team. Kenny Niles does a really good job with them, and they're a very fundamental club, so we're going to have to do a lot of those things that we practice right, those things that you work on, a ton during the season, but only see a few times during a an actual game. I think we'll see a few of those things today and tomorrow. So, just got to have that mindset that we're capable, man, and we belong. And and leaving it out on the field, I'd rather us make mistakes going 110 than being passive and letting things kind of happen. So, and then just being able to stop those big innings right now. We've struggled at being able to just control tough situations, and if we can prevent that big inning, I think we'll be fine. I think coming down to the 7th inning, we'll be in a good place to at least give ourselves an opportunity to win a ball game. So,
all right, Coach. Best of luck to you guys out there today.
You too, Joey.
And that is, once again, head coach Eric Savage joining us here in the Roseburg Disposal pregame show. Let them make the run to the dump for you. That's Roseburg Disposal, 673-7122. We are getting ready for tonight's matchup as the Docs are out there on the third base line, getting ready for the national anthem. The Challengers in their home whites taking the field with their FM and 1490 AM.
A clean mind and a healthy body.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
What rhymes with great?
Participate.
Where does greatness start? Here, in the classroom. On the stage.
In the pool. On the field. Where will your greatness take you?
To better grades.
To more friends.
Yeah! Be great.
Participate.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Welcome back here to Sweet Johnson Stadium in Eugene, where the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts get ready for the Emerald Challengers. We'll have your Cooper's Pest Control starting lineups in just a second. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Doc Stewart's Baseball on The Score. Head coach Eric Savage in his first year with the Doc Stewarts as the head coach. He puts together a starting nine that'll have shortstop Brooks Avery leading things off, followed by Carson Dunn, the center fielder. At third base, batting third is Cade Johnson. At first base, batting cleanup for the Doc Stewarts today, Daniel Withers. In right field, batting fifth, Drew Camp. At second base, Logan Anderson, who will bat in the sixth position. The DH for the Doc Stewarts in Game 1 will be Cole Collins, batting for starting pitcher Sebastian Watson. And at the catcher position, batting eighth is Knox Hubbard, and rounding out the starting nine will be the left fielder Sebastian Watson. That's a look at your starting lineup for the Doc Stewarts, brought to you by Cooper's Pest Control, your locally owned bug assassins. Give them a call at 673-0363. Starting pitcher for the Docs, getting DH for Evan Corbin. On the mound for the Challengers tonight will be Carter Green out of Marist High School, a 2022 graduate for the Spartans. He will be on the mound, right-handed thrower. We'll look to try and see if he can shut down the Docs here to start things off in Game 1. Doc Stewarts will pretty much need to win all four of these games to give themselves an opportunity to try and get the number one overall seed for the state playoffs. We'll talk more about that throughout things, but just know that this is a big series for the Docs if they want to get a play-in round bye and be the number one overall seed out of Area 4. A 1-0 pitch, swung on and missed for strike one for Brooks Avery. Avery leading things off for the Doc Stewarts. On the season, Brooks batting .315 this year. Faces the right-hander Carter Green, who kicks and fires. Swing and a miss for strike two. Behind the plate for the Challengers in Game 1, Caden Gould catching, the battery mate for Green. A 1-2 pitch to start out the ball game. Strike three, swing and a miss. Down goes Brooks Avery, one away, and it'll bring up Carson Dunn. Carson Dunn will bat with one out and nobody on. Looking around the diamond, Aiden Hazen at first base. Easton McDonald at second. On the left side of the infield, Eli Christ at third, and Brock Johnson at short. That's the first pitch swinging. Dunn will pop one up. Foul territory, first base side. Overran it, did Hazen. Tried to lean back to get to it as the feet gave out from underneath him. Fell backwards. and could not get the glove underneath it for strike one to Carson Dunn on the foul ball. Around the outfield, you've got Peyton Tyner in left, Adam Elliott in center, and Tyler Michael in right field for the Challengers. And the Emerald Challengers in their white home jerseys, blue numbers on the front and the back of the jersey. Doc Stewart's wearing the black tops, gray trousers here today. The 0-1 pitch fouled away for strike two. That one fouled back. It looked like it might have clipped the fingers of Caden Gould behind home. Umpire will give him a brief moment to shake that one off. One away and a strikeout to Brooks Avery leading things off. At the plate, Carson Dunn with an 0-2 count against Carter Green. The Docs coming off of 17 hits in that doubleheader win against Grants Pass on Wednesday. It's a pitch high, 1-2 count. Docs looking to try and really get the bats hot here late in the season. They've kind of been hot and cold throughout the year. Trying to get things started on the right foot here against the Challengers today. A 1-2 pitch. That ball lined over the left fielder's, or the third baseman's glove into left field. And that is a one-out single for Carson Dunn here in the first inning. Doc Stewart's will get their first hit of the ball game. Every first hit is brought to you by MSK True Value and Building Supply in Myrtle Creek and Tri-City. Don't swing and miss with your summer projects. Make them a hit. Stop by MSK True Value and Building Supply. 1 on, 1 away for the Doc Stewarts. A pickoff throw to first to check on Dunn out there. Carson Dunn coming in with 26 stolen bases on the season. Carter Green out of the stretch, fires in a breaking ball. Drop the velocity on that one to Cade Johnson, who swings through for strike one. Cade Johnson batting .274 on the year for the Doc Stewarts, has 15 RBI. Pickoff throw to first, not in time. Wind right now, according to the American flag in center field, blowing straight out on a warm day in Eugene. The pitch is high, 1-1 count here for Johnson in the first inning as the Docs try to put some pressure on. Warm one here. They got a lot of umbrellas, pop-up tents out as folks try to find some shade here at Sweet Johnson Stadium. Runner going, throw down to second base, is behind the runner, in safely goes Carson Dunn to second base. At the plate, a called strike, a 1-2 count for Cade Johnson. So Dunn in safely with his 27th stolen base of the season. The number feels low. I'm not sure if maybe somehow some stolen bases have been missed for him. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed with the off speed. Second strikeout of the first inning for Carter Green. He gets Cade Johnson. There's two down. Daniel Withers, with a man in scoring position, will try to stand in and see if he can give the Doc Stewarts an early lead. Doc's 17 hits in the doubleheader sweep against Grants Pass on Wednesday. 8 of those hits were extra base hits. Daniel Withers had a couple of those. He had 2 doubles in the twin bill. He'll take in the dirt for ball one. Daniel Withers, Cole Collins, and Logan Anderson all had 2 doubles in that series. Around the yard just a little bit. 1-0 pitch here to Withers, batting cleanup for the Doc Stewarts. Green, a long look to second. Now will move that way, no throw. For Daniel Withers this season, batting .290, 12 RBI. Leading the team with 19 is Brooks Avery, as a pitch just misses. 2-0 count for Withers. 89 degrees here in Eugene with that wind blowing out towards center or right field. It's kind of been moving back and forth. 2-0 delivery. Hits the outside corner for a called strike to Withers. 2 balls and a strike with 2 out. Doc's threatening here in the first with Carson Dunn at second base after his line drive single to left field. High and inside to Withers, 3-1 count. For Boone, 18 walks on the year. That is tied for second on the team behind Knox Hubbard with 20. 3-1 delivery. Catches the outside corner. And it's a full count pitch coming up for Daniel Withers. With 2 outs, nobody on at first, so Dunn not necessarily moving on the pitch, but will be ready to go on contact. 3-2 delivery out of Green. That ball is popped up, possibly playable for the catcher. Behind home, Gould will make the catch in foul territory to finish off the Doc Stewarts in the top of the first inning. For the Docs, no runs on 1 hit. There were no errors, and 1 man left on base. We will go to the bottom of the first inning, and the Challengers coming up to bat. We'll look at their starting lineups when we return on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Find everything you need to enjoy the outdoors at home or on the road at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our garden center has what you need to create an oasis at home, from patio furniture to plants and everything in between. And whether you're barbecuing at home or tailgating at the game, we stock the best products from Yeti, Traeger, and Weber. Stop by or shop online at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Challengers coming up to bat in the bottom of the first inning. A scoreless ball game so far. On the mound, Evan Corbin will fire in a first pitch, strike 1 to Adam Elliott, the center fielder for the Challengers, as we begin the bottom of the first. Evan Corbin on the mound, making his 8th start of the season for the Docs. Will miss low and outside. For Corbin, a 4-0 win-loss record, 36 innings worked at 2.75 ERA. And 25 strikeouts and just 7 walks on the season for Corbin, as he misses outside again. A 2-1 count for Adam Elliott, who leads things off for the Challengers. The 2-1 pitch, that ball in the air, left side, foul territory and out of play. A 2-2 count to start things off here for Elliott. We'll run through the lineup for the Challengers. As you know, Evan Corbin, a notoriously quick worker, didn't give me a lot of extra time here in between innings to get you through the lineup for the Challengers. The 2-2 pitch, off speed, is high and inside. Full count pitch coming up here. Elliott, the center fielder, leading things off for the Challengers. Bottom of the first, 3-2. Line drive, softly hit right side, will drop in for a base hit to start things off for the Challengers. 1 on, nobody out, so Elliott gets on. Brock Johnson, the shortstop, will bat second, followed by left fielder Peyton Tyner. The DH, Caden Starr, batting 4th, followed by third baseman Eli Christ. The first baseman, Aiden Hazen, will bat 6th. Batting 7th is Easton McDonald, the second baseman. The catcher, Caden Gould, batting 8th, and Tyler Michael, the right fielder, will bat in the 9 position. First pitch misses, ball 1 to Brock Johnson. So leadoff single for Adam Elliott. Man at first with nobody out. The 1-0 pitch, line drive, goes right to Logan Anderson to record the first out. Diving back into the bag, Elliott back in safely, 1 away. Brings up Peyton Tyner. Tyner, the left fielder, bats from the left side of the plate. That was a look at your starting lineup for the Challengers, always brought to you by Cooper's Pest Control, your locally owned bug assassins. Give them a call at 673-0363. First pitch, strike 1 for Tyner. At first base, Elliott after his leadoff single to right field. The 0-1 pitch grounded towards Anderson. Runner was moving on the pitch, so Anderson's best option is to go to first for the out. They'll get one there. And the Doc Stewarts have 2 away here in the first inning against the Challengers. A couple of balls to Logan Anderson so far. Caden Starr will bat with a man at second base. Adam Elliott was moving on the pitch, and so he got a good break on that ground ball to second base, eliminated the option to try and turn 2 for Logan Anderson. Behind the plate in game one of today's doubleheader for the Doc Stewarts, Knox Hubbard back there catching. Set up on the first pitch for Starr, which will hit the outside corner for a strike. Around the diamond defensively at first base, Daniel Withers. Logan Anderson at second. On the left side of the diamond, Cade Johnson at third, and Brooks Avery at short. The 0-1 pitch swung on and missed for strike two. In the outfield from left to right for the Doc Stewarts, Sebastian Watson, Carson Dunn, and Drew Camp. Your starting defensive alignment for the Roseburg Clint Newell Dr. Stewarts here in the bottom of the first. 0-2 pitch with two away, swung on and missed, and it's a strikeout to finish things off in the bottom of the first for Evan Corbin. Doc Stewarts will get through the first inning in a scoreless ball game. And for the Challengers, no runs, one hit, no errors, and one man left on base. It was a Mountain Mike's Pizza strikeout for Evan Corbin to finish things in the first inning. We go to the top of the second, scoreless on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook.
Heating and cooling, your complete in 15:45. So both teams get a base hit in the first inning, but neither team able to get a man past second base. Doc Stewarts will start off with Drew Camp to lead things off here in the second against Carter Green. Camp will be the first of two lefties in the lineup for the Doc Stewarts here tonight. Doc Stewarts coming in at 16-13-1 on the season against the 44-4 Emerald Challengers. Pitch is high for ball one from Carter Green. Challengers playing their 49th game of the summer. Doc Stewarts playing their 31st. The Challengers making a trip through Alaska for a tournament. They really racked up a lot of games with a few tournaments there in the early portion of July. Doc Stewarts didn't do quite as much traveling this year. Had the tournament in Corvallis, but that's been about it. Hosted a tournament early. A 1-1 here for Camp. After a foul ball, he takes high for a 2-1 count. So this Challengers team, they've definitely experienced a lot here. Right around the letters. Just missing the top of the zone for Green, and he's got himself a 3-1 count against Drew Camp to lead things off here in the second inning. Camp waits on the 3-1. Fouls off another pitch for strike two. So Drew Camp, he's been in the lineup more regularly, starting out in right field. Camp right now batting .207, looking to get the stick going a bit. He's got the 3-2 pitch coming up. And he will take strike three. Gets frozen on the pitch on the outside corner. Third strikeout here in the contest so far for Carter Green. One away as we start the second inning. Logan Anderson, speaking of guys that have worked their way into the lineup regularly, Logan Anderson admitted he didn't expect to see a lot of playing time this summer with the Doc Stewarts, but the youngster from Umpqua Valley Christian has been in the lineup regularly, and he's really been coming along, and he puts one out towards center field. Not very deep, but it's going to carry enough for Adam Elliott to run underneath it. It looked like initially that ball might drop in shallow center field, but it carried just enough here in this warm evening air in Eugene for Elliott to be able to run underneath it. Lost his cap as he sprinted to the spot. Two down, and Cole Collins will bat. The DH from Oakland High School will get a chance to try and get something started with two down and nobody on. Swings at the first pitch for strike one. Collins, one of the three guys that had two doubles in that doubleheader against Grants Pass back on Wednesday that we told you back in the first inning. Swings through for an 0-1 count. For Cole Collins this summer, batting .333, 30 at-bats, 40 plate appearances. His 0-2 pitch popped up right side, back behind first into foul territory, giving way to the second baseman, and the catch is made by Easton McDonald in foul territory. So that will wrap up the Doc Stewarts in the top of the second. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base. It's a 0-0 ball game going to the bottom of the second on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
In baseball, home plate is always 60 feet 6 inches from the mound. But in life, sometimes your home plate needs to move. If you're planning to move, contact BTB Moving for help. BTB Moving is a labor-only company offering statewide services such as packing and unpacking, loading and unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. BTB Moving is an affordable veteran-owned company. Call 541-315-0122 for help with your next move. BTB Moving for all your moving needs.
Eli Crist.
Cleanup hitter, make that the 5-hitter. Eli Crist will lead things off here in the second inning for the Emerald Challengers. Evan Corbin on the mound. Gave up just the one hit in the first inning, looking to try and shut down the Challengers here in the second, much like Carter Green did to the Doc Stewarts in the top of the second inning. A first pitch, strike one, as we begin the bottom of the second in this scoreless game. Today's game brought to you by Roseburg Honda. The ball popped up right side. Foul territory. Withers giving chase. It's just out of his reach down the right field side in foul territory. That'll be strike two for Crist instead of the first out here in the second inning. Just out of the reach of the long arms of Daniel Withers. Roseburg Honda, buying a car can be a hassle, but at Roseburg Honda, it's different. Customer satisfaction is their highest priority. Visit Roseburg Honda, where they treat you like family, because they are family. The 0-2 swung on and missed, looking for the throw down to first base, and it is there by Knox Hubbard for the first out. Another strikeout for Evan Corbin, his second. All strikeouts by Doc Stewart's pitchers are brought to you by Mountain Mike's Pizza at the corner of Bellows and Harvard in Roseburg. One away, Aiden Hazen will bat. He gets around on an inside pitch, fouls it down the third base side for strike one. Video streaming of Doc Stewart's baseball here on the score is brought to you by the Cow Creek Tribe. Is another foul ball. Hazen has gone left side. Now he's gone foul ball right side here at Sweet Johnson Stadium. That is now neatly tucked between the old North Eugene High School and the new North Eugene High School. The 0-2 pitch to Hazen bounces in. The old building is out beyond the left field fence. We've seen home runs hit off of that building in years past. Down the line, 320 to left field, 330 to right field. So the 1-2 pitch is high from Corbin. Behind us here in the press box and kind of down beyond the right field and first base side, you've got the North Eugene football field. And on the other side of the football field is the newly built North Eugene High School. It's a foul ball back. It is a 2-2 count. Corbin quickly into his windup. A ball hit left side will drop into shallow left field. Sebastian Watson will come to collect it. At Aiden Hazen will pick up the second hit of the game for the Challengers on a ball hit to shallow left field. Didn't get a lot of it, but got enough of it to get it over the head of Brooks Avery, the shortstop, and drop it in the outfield grass. Brings up the lefty, Easton McDonald. First pitch fouled down the third base side for strike one. Easton McDonald, second lefty in the lineup for the Challengers. Batting with one on and one away. Doc's looking for him to roll into something here as he fouls off another pitch for strike two. Temperatures warm in Eugene. Mentioned that earlier. There is a nice little bit of a breeze going on, but it has been a warm one once again. Just around 90 degrees here as we get game one underway. Hopefully we'll be cooling quickly as the sun starts to fade. The 0-2 pitch just outside. Can't get the call behind home, and Corbin has a 1-2 count. reaching the low 90s here today in Eugene. Much better than yesterday when temperatures up and down the valley, mid to upper 90s for everybody. Swing and a miss on the 1-2 pitch, and Corbin will get another strikeout for the Doc Stewarts. Third strikeout in the ballgame for Evan Corbin. He'll face Caden Gould, the catcher. The 8-hitter in the lineup. At first base is Aiden Hazen. Reached on the 1-out single. Scoreless ball game so far. Here in the bottom of the second. Corbin gets him to foul back on the first pitch. Well, the Doc Stewarts, after yesterday, knew at least a portion of their postseason picture coming up. They know they will finish no worse than the number 2 seed out of Area 4 going into the postseason now. As an 0-1 pitch bounces in out at first base, throw that direction, scoop at the bag by Daniel Withers. Good thing he caught that there out at first base. Aiden Hazen saw that ball going into the dirt, thought maybe he might have a chance to take a bag, and he was off the bag. Hubbard's throw to first was a bit low, but scooped up by Withers. 1-1 pitch, hits the outside corner, and it goes to a 1-2 count for Caden Gould, the catcher for the Challengers. But the Doc Stewarts, after the Challengers, it was 2 days ago, as a ball softly hit towards second baseman Logan Anderson. He'll flip it to Brooks Avery up the middle, and that will finish things off. They'll get the force out at second on Aiden Hazen, and that will wrap up the second inning. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 1 runner left on for the Challengers. We'll tell you more about the postseason picture as we come back for the top of the third inning on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Copy.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in the backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Top of the third inning, Docs Baseball brought to you by Flyaway Travel. You can book your travel plans with their travel experts located at 1445 West Harvard Avenue in Roseburg, or give them a call at 672-5701. It'll be Hubbard, Watson, and Avery due up here in the third inning against Carter Green in a scoreless ball game. So the Doc Stewarts, it was 2 days ago on Friday night when the Emerald Challengers swept a doubleheader against Klamath Falls. That clinches the Doc Stewarts no worse than the number 2 seed out of Area 4. Klamath Falls will be the number 3 seed. Even if the Doc Stewarts finish with an identical record with the Falcons, which is possible. If the Docs finish with an identical record, they have the tiebreaker against the Falcons, so the Falcons would be the 3 seed. The Docs would be the 2 seed in that situation. Docs most likely need to sweep this series against the Challengers and hope for some help from Grants Pass to try and overtake Medford for the number 1 seed in the postseason picture. Knox Hubbard swings through at the first pitch from Carter Green for strike 1. Carter Green so far, 3 strikeouts. He's given up 1 hit as a ball hit out towards right field pretty well, going back to the warning track at the wall, and that ball is gone. It's a solo homer for Knox Hubbard to put the Docs on top. Knox Hubbard, the lefty, gets around on an inside pitch from Carter Green, and he puts the Doc Stewarts on top 1-0 here in the top of the third inning. That ball out to right field got a little bit of carry, and out in right field, Tyler Michael, he chased it to the warning track before he realized that ball was either hitting off the top of the wall or it was going over. And Hubbard will get a celebration in the dugout as the Doc Stewarts take the lead against the Challengers. A homer over the right field fence, first of the season for Knox Hubbard. A 1-0 count to start things off against Sebastian Watson. He'll take just outside for a 2-0 count. Knox hitting, I think, the 6th home run of the season for the Doc Stewarts. Yep, that's correct. A 1-0 or 2-0 pitch hits the inside corner for a 2-1 count. Sebastian Watson, the 9-hitter, last guy to face off against Green for the first time. A 2-1 pitch. He puts in the air right side. Foul territory. Calling for it is Hazen. And again, the first baseman can't make the grab. That'll fall for strike 2 to Sebastian Watson. Hazen the first time came charging in on a ball in front of the Challengers dugout on the first base side. Overran it a bit, fell backwards trying to make the play. This time he just didn't get back deep enough. He didn't overrun. He underran it this time. Didn't get back far enough to get underneath it, and it fell just out of his reach. There's a 2-2 count for Sebastian Watson against a righty, Carter Green. Watson, the number 2 hitter up here in the 3rd inning. The 9-hitter in the lineup card takes high and away for ball 3. 3 balls, 2 strikes. So it'll be Watson at the plate with the full count pitch coming up against Green. Doc's leading 1-0. That ball lifted right side. Long run out there for Michael. He'll circle and will get back underneath it. Trailing out towards the foul line out there for Watson. That ball initially looked like it might have a chance to get beyond the reach of Tyler Michael in the right field corner, but it hung up long enough. Michael circled back and underneath it for the first out. 1 away, top of the order coming back up for the Doc Stewarts. Second time through here as we are 1 out into the 3rd inning. Brooks Avery struck out swinging in the 1st inning. He takes high for ball 1. Avery, not a guy that strikes out too often. For Brooks Avery on the season, 14 strikeouts, now 15 with the 1 in the 1st inning. Squares to bunt. He'll take for a strike. Avery with his 14 strikeouts. He's 3rd on the team with that category. A 1-1 pitch, high and inside. But Avery also one of the guys that's had some of the more at-bats. It's both Brooks Avery and Carson Dunn that have eclipsed the 100 mark for at-bats this season, the only 2 guys on the team. The 2-1 pitch swung on and missed for strike 2 as Avery chases a breaking ball on the outside corner. So a 2-2 count for Carter Green against Brooks Avery with 1 out. Swing and a miss, another one there, and Avery goes down with his 2nd strikeout of the afternoon. 2 down, and it brings up Carson Dunn. Dunn had the first hit of the ballgame for the Doc Stewarts back in the 1st inning. The first hit of every game for the Docs this summer, brought to you by MSK True Value and Building Supply. Make your summer projects a hit with MSK, located in Myrtle Creek in Tri-City. First pitch swung on and missed. Doc's being aggressive up there at the plate against Carter Green, getting a lot of cuts in there. Drew Camp, the only guy with a strikeout looking against Green so far. So the Docs trying to make the most of their plate appearances. The 0-1 pitch, Dunn takes high and away. Knox Hubbard, the difference in the ballgame so far with a solo homer to start things off here in the 3rd inning over the right field fence. A 1-1 pitch for Dunn. He takes high and inside, a breaking ball that, or maybe just a changeup that kind of lost its spot on that pitch there for Green. Looked like Dunn was expecting that ball to break and maybe get him, but it stayed high and just carried inside up near the eyes as a pitch fouled away on the 2-1. Dunn got reaching there, chasing that ball in the outer half. He's got a 2-2 count, 2 away, nobody on at the moment for the Doc Stewarts. Dunn fouls one right back at us here. Stays 2-2 for the Docs' number 2 hitter. For Carson Dunn on the season, batting .326. He leads the team. He's been hit by a pitch 10 times. I think he thought he was going to be here in this at-bat just a couple of pitches ago. 2-2 delivery. Gets around on an inside pitch, fights it off to stay alive. Able to slow down the hands enough to not get too far out in front of that inside pitch. Green's count stays 2-2 against Dunn. So the Docs will either be the 2 seed or the 1 seed out of Area 4 for the playoffs. If they are the 2 seed, they'll play in the play-in round on July 21st. That's this Friday. As a pitch bounces outside, full count for Carson Dunn. If the Docs are the Area 4 2 seed, they'll play at 1 o'clock on July 21st against the Area 2 number 4 seed. And then if they are the number 1 seed, they play at 4 o'clock on Saturday in the first round of the state playoffs. So strike 3 goes across against Carson Dunn. He got frozen on the full count pitch, and he takes for strike 3. He goes down looking, but the Doc Stewarts will grab the lead here in the third as they get 1 run on 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left on. A solo homer for Knox Hubbard puts the Docs in front, going to the bottom of the 3rd inning on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM at 1490 AM. Copy.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Tyler Michael.
9-1-2 hitters coming up to start things off for the Challengers in the bottom of the 3rd. Docs lead 1-0 in Game 1 of today's doubleheader. Tyler Michael will stand in against Evan Corbin. First pitch is fouled away down the right field side for strike 1. Doc Stewart's Baseball brought to you by Pepsi and Bigfoot Beverages of Roseburg. Pick up a delicious, refreshing Pepsi today. The 0-1 pitch, a check swing. Dribbler third base side, picked up by Cade Johnson. Throw to first base will get him. Johnson had to come in, barehand that, get his bearing straight, and fire it on target to first as Michael almost had the swinging bunt. Johnson comes in to make the play, 1 away on the nice move defensively by the Doc Stewart's third baseman. Michael grounds out, top of the order. Adam Elliott will stand in. He takes off speed on the outside corner for a strike. Adam Elliott had the first hit for the Challengers back in the first inning, leading off the bottom of the first. He'll flare one out to right field again. Drew Camp will track it down towards the alley. And there's 2 down for Corbin and the Doc Stewarts in the bottom of the 3rd.
Now, batting number 3, Brock Johnson.
That'll bring up Brock Johnson. He lined out to the second baseman in the first, 0 for 1 in the ball game. The first pitch, squaring to bunt, high and inside. 1-0 count for Johnson. For the Challengers, they would be the number 1 seed out of Area 4, if not for the fact that they are the host team for the state tournament, much like the Docs have been the last couple of years. The Challengers get in as the host team, so their spot in the league standings doesn't necessarily mean anything for the state tournament seeding coming up. Is a 3-0 count now for Johnson, the 2-hitter in the lineup. So that's why, despite it looks like the Challengers are going to win the Area 4 title, as a 3-0 pitch misses for ball 4. First walk of the ball game. It comes with 2 outs here in the 3rd inning. And with 2 outs and nobody on, a walk there. Ooh, you hope it doesn't come back to haunt you too much. Peyton Tyner, the 3-hitter in the lineup card, will dig in. First pitch from Corbin, misses underneath. Knox Hubbard will dig it out, holds the runner at first, a 1-0 count. The Challengers look to be heading towards the Area 4 league title. They need just one win to clinch it outright. So a 1-0 pitch, bounces, gets away from Hubbard. He will not throw it to second base. That one rattled around off of Hubbard's shin guard and the umpires. And so Knox almost had a chance to try and throw to second, but I don't think the middle infielders were expecting that he'd get to that ball so quickly. 2-0 pitch. Hits the corner for a strike. So runner in scoring position here in the third inning after Evan Corbin got the first 2 outs pretty quickly, but then issued a walk to Brock Johnson. The 2-1 pitch here, swung on and missed by Peyton Tyner for strike 2. So the Challengers will be the host team. That's why Medford and the Docks are battling out for the number 1 seed out of Area 4 and get that play-in round bye and get into the first round of the tournament automatically. 2-2 pitch. Grounder right side, picked up by Withers. He's got to get it to first. Got it there just in time. Withers waiting and waiting for Corbin to get there, flipped it at the last second and makes the final out here in the third. So they get Peyton Tyner. If not, that would have probably led to a run scoring for the Challengers as Brock Johnson was running all the way and was almost at home when Evan Corbin stepped on first. Doc Stewart's will get through the third inning, leading 1-0 as we go to the top of the fourth on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM. Top of the fourth inning, Docks leading 1-0. Today's ball game brought to you by Dr. Lanson Randall, Family and Cosmetic Dentistry. Visit drrandall.com or give him a call at 541-378-6694. Congratulations to the Dr. Randall's Crowns. They've clinched their ticket into the Single A state tournament in Redmond coming up later this week. First pitch, Cade Johnson will square to bunt, takes a breaking ball low for ball 1. So the Randalls will be in the state tournament. That gets started on Friday for the Single A as well, as from what I've been told. And that one in Redmond coming up later this week. Pitch back behind home, fouled away by Johnson. I believe that Kenny Sherman will be out there for those games. He'll be broadcasting on DouglasCountySportsOnline.com, so you can follow the Single A teams in the tournament from Redmond with Kenny Sherman. 1-1 pitch in the dirt for Carter Green. A 2-1 count to Cade Johnson, who leads things off here in the fourth inning. Docks on top, 1-0. Johnson struck out back in the first inning. Leads things off here in the fourth. A 2-1 pitch. Fouls it off his front foot for strike 2. I want to say, I think Pepsi played last night. And I think Kenny gave me that information now that I think about it. The Randalls will play at 2 o'clock on Wednesday. That's when they play, so not Friday. They play Wednesday in the Single A tournament. They're playing LeGrand to start things off. 2-2 pitch. Cade takes outside for ball 3. So Kenny will have coverage of that one for you Wednesday from Redmond as Dr. Randall's take on LeGrand at 2 o'clock. 3-2 pitch. That ball is popped up, playable, shallow right field, calling for it. First baseman, nope, it'll be the second baseman behind Aiden Hazen. Easton McDonald to make the play for the first out of the 4th inning. Aiden Hazen has had a couple of misplays on high pop flies in foul territory, and it looked like he was in the right spot this time, but right behind him, Easton McDonald there to make the catch, calling off the first baseman. That'll be Daniel Withers. He popped out to the catcher in foul territory to end things in the first inning. He'll pop one fouling out of play to start things off here in his 4th inning at bat. I believe Pepsi might have lost yesterday, so I'm guessing that I don't think Pepsi has made it into the state tournament. Don't quote me on that one, but swing and a miss for Withers, 0-2. Maybe Kenny is listening and he can text me some updates on the Pepsi bottle caps on whether or not they're going to make it in. 0-2 pitch with 1 away, nobody on. Daniel Withers takes in the dirt. The hope was that with Randall's and Pepsi playing in 2 different leagues this year, they'd both get a chance to qualify for the state tournament out of their separate leagues, and Roseburg would have 2 teams into the state tournament. The 1-2 pitch from Carter Green, outside, bouncing in front of the plate, 2-2 count. This Challenger squad, they've been very tough all season, 44-4 on the year. They've won 7 straight. They've lost just 1 league game, and that was against Klamath Falls. They swept Medford. It's a 2-2 pitch, swung on and missed for strike 3. And Withers will toss the bat towards the dugout, collects it as he swung through. I don't think he was very happy with that swing on that strike 3 pitch. 2 down. That's the 6th strikeout in the game for Carter Green. Brings up the lefty, Drew Camp. First pitch he'll take outside for ball 1 from Green. Carter Green out of Marist High School, class of 2022. Hit the outside corner for a strike. To even things up, a ball and a strike. Swing and a miss. Drew Camp falls down, a ball and 2 strikes with 2 away. Kenny did text. They lost yesterday twice against the Eugene Ole Athletics, and so Pepsi losing twice yesterday, they are out of contention for the state tournament. As the ball fouled away, Drew Camp will stay alive. So that's too bad there for Pepsi. Their season coming to an end, but good luck to Dr. Randall's in the single-A tournament starting on Wednesday. The 1-2 pitch for Camp, outside. Camp watches that one go by. He watched strike 3 go by last time he was up back in the 2nd inning, looking to try and get something going with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. A 1-0 lead for the Docs. Nobody on base with 2 away, and the pitch outside. 3-2 count coming up. Carter Green, he's gotten the 6 strikeouts, but he's had to work for him. He's gotten deep into counts against guys a number of times here in this one. Hasn't walked anybody yet. Drew Camp looking to find a way on. His 3-2 pitch with 2 away and nobody on base. Fouls off the offering from Carter Green. So 3-2 count with 2 down. It was a leadoff homer in the 3rd inning for Knox Hubbard that has given the Docs this 1-0 lead. High and inside, the pitch misses. It kind of looked as if Carter Green kind of came off the mound awkwardly on that one. His plant foot might have hit in the wrong spot, and he will issue a 2-out walk to Drew Camp. First walk issued by Carter Green as the Docs try to keep the pressure on. Got to just keep the foot on the gas pedal against the teams like these Emerald Challengers. It's a pickoff throw to first, back in, goes Drew Camp over there. Doc Stewarts have a tendency, in close games, they haven't been able to hang on to those leads against some of the better teams in Area 4. First pitch is in for a strike, throw down to first base, having to absolutely smother that ball at first was Aiden Hazen. Caden Gould's throw from behind the plate bounced in foul territory in the grass, and Hazen had to just do everything he could. He kind of turned into a catcher to make sure that ball didn't get by him in right field. It's an 0-1 count here for Logan Anderson, who will take high. 1-1 count. Talked about Anderson working his way into the lineup, batting .351 in 57 at-bats, 72 plate appearances. This is his 22nd game played this year for the Doc Stewarts. So the youngster from UVC has really made his mark on the Doc Stewarts here this summer, and he's been been improving a ton defensively at second base. Another pickoff throw to first. Camp, back in safely. Carter Green over there has had a ton of attention on Camp, who immediately retakes his lead as Green wasn't even back on the mound on the rubber yet. Camp at first, the 1-1 pitch. A line drive to center field for Anderson. Camp will move up to second base, and Logan Anderson will have his first hit in the contest. And for the Doc Stewarts, their third hit of the ball game. Runners at first and second with 2 outs, and the Docs are trying to make that 2-out walk to Drew Camp count for him here in this 4th inning. It'll bring up Cole Collins, the DH. He flew out to the second baseman in his first at-bat. He's 0 for 1 in the game as a visit out to the mound for Caden Gould. Runners at first and second. Good speed on the bases, especially with Camp out at second base. Cole Collins, a speedster at the plate as well. Doc Stewart's looking to try and extend their 1-0 lead here in the top of the 4th inning. Cole Collins waits on the first offering from Carter Green. Green kicks and fires, hits the inside corner. Green toes the first base side of the rubber, so that pitch kind of started on the outer half and cut in to the right-handed hitting Cole Collins. Camp out at second, Anderson at first. A grounder towards short. A little worm burner out there to Brock Johnson, who plays it cleanly and will get Logan Anderson at second base for the final out of the 4th inning. Top of the 4th, Doc Stewart's threatened, but they cannot come through with a run. For the Doc Stewarts, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 runners left on base. We go to the bottom of the 4th, still 1-0. Doc's in front on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Find everything you need to enjoy the outdoors at home or on the road at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our garden center has what you need to create an oasis at home, from patio furniture to plants and everything in between. And whether you're barbecuing at home or tailgating at the game, we stock the best products from Yeti, Traeger, and Weber. Stop by or shop online at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
Bottom of the 4th inning, it's a 1-0 lead right now for the Doc Stewarts. Evan Corbin will face Caden Starr to lead things off. First pitch fouled away for strike 1. Putting a lot of pieces together here. Got word from back home in Roseburg from News Review sports writer Donovan Brink that he has some history against the Stars. Against his father, Jade. Played against him back when he was at Marist back in 89-91. Sound about right? Caden's father is in the booth doing the PA tonight for the Challengers. So I confirmed Donovan's story with the source here on site. And everybody's story seems, the memories have all come together for everybody. Caden Starr leading things off for the Challengers here in the 4th inning. He struck out swinging back in the first. He's got a 1-2 count against Evan Corbin here to start things off. Corbin just misses high and inside, up underneath the elbows for Starr. Starr bats in the cleanup spot for the Challengers. DH hitting for starting pitcher Carter Green. The 2-2 fouled away. Evan Corbin going to be heading to Umpqua Community College coming up next year to pitch for Coach Jeremiah Robbins and the Riverhawks. That program, I feel like, really building a lot of momentum. A great year in the offseason this year for Coach Robbins. 2-2 pitch, off speed, foul, just got a piece of it. Starr stays alive. That ball fouled off of Knox Hubbard. Couldn't get it in the glove. Coach Robbins having two former pitchers drafted in the Major League Baseball draft this year. One, of course, Jay Stoffel. Just outside with the 2-2 pitch. Count will go full. The leadoff man here in the fourth inning for the Challengers. 3-2 pitch for Corbin. Off speed, got him again to foul one away as Caden Starr makes this at bat. Bit of a longer one against Evan Corbin. Corbin with 3 punch outs so far in this one. His 3-2 delivery. That ball popped up towards right field. Drew Camp drifting back a bit. He's going to be playing in straightaway right field for the out. And you can tell, unlike when we're back at home at Champion Car Wash Field, you can tell where guys play a lot defensively in the outfield, as they've got a little bit of worn-out grass out there in right that's a little less green than everything else, although the field here at Sweet Johnson Stadium looking in great condition. Ground ball towards short, scooped up by Brooks Avery. He gets it on the short hop and fires across for the second out as he retires Eli Christ. 2 down. There's 2 down now. Aiden Hazen will bat. He is 1 for 1 with a single to left field. Brooks Avery with the soft hands and the quick touch out there at short, able to scoop that one on the short hop as he came charging in. First pitch hits the outside corner for a strike to Hazen. The 0-1 delivery. Breaking ball. That one hit off the end of the bat. It's going to go foul, and it is just on the other side of the painted line for strike 2. Aiden Hazen got handcuffed on that one. And that ball, thankfully for the Doc Stewarts, that ball just trickled into foul territory. Of course, this is all natural grass here. Home plate and the mound are artificial turf. Everything else is natural turf. Grass and dirt out there. So that ball could have maybe, just a small bump down that first base line. That ball might have stayed fair, but it just trickled across the foul line. The 0-2 pitch, low and inside. So Aiden Hazen, a 1-2 count. Sweet Johnson, though, will be the host site for the state tournament this year after the Docs have hosted it the last couple of years there at Champion Car Wash. The 1-2 outside, 2-2 count. So I'm sure they've been working diligently to make sure this place is looking good. And, coming in here today in the sunshine, it's a nice-looking ballpark. Ball fouled back, stays a 2-2 count. Kenny Niles and the crew for the Challengers have done a good job of keeping this place ready to go. 2-2 count. Evan Corbin ready to go. Winds and fires. That ball belted to left field. Sebastian Watson looking up in the sun. He'll make the catch onto the warning track. Off the bat, I thought that ball had a chance, but it hung up there in the afternoon sun, and Watson, who was by trade an infielder during his high school days, has played a lot of outfield for the Doc Stewarts, and he was able to manage the sun here in this late afternoon in Eugene perfectly as he gets the Doc Stewarts through the 4th inning. Doc Stewarts lead this one 1-0 as we go to the top of the 5th here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Looking for more local sports coverage? CBS Sports Radio 1490 The Score has you covered. Check out our homepage at 541radio.com for sports stories, scores, and podcasts. And follow us on social media. 1490 The Score is on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. And take the station with you wherever you go with the 541 Radio app. Download the app in your smartphone's app store and get access to a live stream of the station, sports stories, podcasts, and easy messaging with the station and others.
Brook Communications radio stations have joined forces with the News Review and Lotus Web Services, announcing the Lotus Media Group, a multimedia enterprise. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen with Lotus Media Group, LLC.
Starting the 5th inning, it'll be the 8-9 hitters due up for the Doc Stewarts, leading 1-0. Knox Hubbard, Sebastian Watson, and Brooks Avery coming up to bat. Get a legal ID moment here coming up in just a second. We'll get that figured out for you here as we reach the 6 o'clock hour. Game 1 of our doubleheader. Knox Hubbard digging in at the plate, 1 for 1 in the game. He's got the solo homer over the right field fence that gave the Doc Stewarts a 1-0 lead back in the 3rd inning. He'll face Carter Green, the right-hander on the mound out of Marist High School. First pitch, outside corner for a strike. Knox Hubbard got just enough of it. Didn't get it blasted out of the ballpark, but got it over the fence by just enough in right field. Probably hitting that one around 340 plus to get it out of the ballpark. A 1-1 count. Might have gotten a little bit of help from the wind, although the wind now seems to be blowing out to left field, according to the center field flags. Strike taken by Hubbard. A 1-2 count. Knox, the second of the left-handed batters in lineup for Coach Savage. The 1-2 pitch got jammed. That ball softly lifted towards shortstop where Brock Johnson is there for the catch. 1 away. Let's go ahead and pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is Doc Stewart's Baseball on The Score. First pitch just above the belt buckle inside for ball 1 to Sebastian Watson, who flew out to right field in the 3rd inning. 1 out, nobody on for the Doc Stewarts, leading 1-0 over the Emerald Challengers, who currently lead Area 4 with an 11-1 league record. Low and inside, 2-0 count to Watson. Doc Stewart's Baseball is brought to you by Abby's Legendary Pizza, a legendary pizza tradition. Ball out towards center field, dead straightaway center. Barely had to move, did Adam Elliott. And there's 2 down. Sebastian Watson got around, barreled that one up, but he sent it right to the center fielder. Unfortunately, sometimes that's just the way it goes. You can smack a ball as hard as you can, but if it goes right to a defender, it doesn't result in much. And that's the case there for Watson. Didn't have to make Elliott work for that one at all. Brooks Avery finally gets contact, but he pops this one up on the infield. The pitcher, third baseman, it'll be Eli Chris, the third baseman, who makes the catch in foul territory to retire the side for the Doc Stewarts. They go down in order. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on. So the Doc Stewarts can't add to their lead. We go to the bottom of the 5th. It's a 1-0 contest, a quick one here in the top of the 5th inning on 541radio.com and on The Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
In baseball, home plate is always 60 feet 6 inches from the mound. But in life, sometimes your home plate needs to move. If you're planning to move, contact BTB Moving for help. BTB Moving is a labor-only company offering statewide services such as packing and unpacking, loading and unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. BTB Moving is an affordable veteran-owned company. Call 541-315-0122 for help with your next move. BTB Moving for all your moving needs.
Bottom of the 5th inning, Evan Corbin will face the bottom third of the lineup for the Challengers. Easton McDonald, the lefty, will lead things off. taking the first pitch for ball one. Doc Stewart's baseball brought to you by Cascade Community Credit Union, belong to Douglas County. The 1-0 delivery outside again for Corbin against the lefty. McDonald struck out swinging back in the second inning. And a quick visit out to the mound here for catcher Knox Hubbard. We're into the bottom of the fifth inning. Been a pitcher's duel here tonight between Evan Corbin and Carter Green. Doc Stewart's with the 1-0 lead. Corbin out there on the mound having a conversation with Hubbard. Fist bump, and we're ready to go and return back to action. At the plate, Easton McDonald out of Thurston High School, class of 2023, part of that strong Thurston Colts program out there. 2-0 pitch, high and away, and Corbin will fall behind, looking to try and stay in the at-bat. He'll have a 3-0 pitch coming up. Out of his windup, a strike in at the knees. Corbin toes the first base side of the rubber as well. Donald will stand in and quickly, well, not as quick as normal. Corbin now into his windup. Misses low and outside for ball four. Second walk issued by Evan Corbin in the ball game. A leadoff walk here in the fifth inning. Brings up the catcher, Caden Gould, who hit into a fielder's choice to finish things off back in the second inning. Right-handed batter will stand in. Corbin will work out of his stretch, looking for a ground ball here as a pickoff throw to first. McDonald back in safely. McDonald kind of chopped the feet out there and had to make a dive back to the bag. Squaring to bunt, it goes back to the mound. Corbin will get the out at first. Up to second base goes McDonald. And so the sacrifice bunt. Coach Eric Savage telling us in the pregame interview, back during the Roseburg Disposal pregame show, that he expected the Challengers to play some small ball here tonight, and he expected the Doc Stewarts would have to as well. Right now the Docs leading 1-0 thanks to the long ball. But the Challengers looking to try and manufacture a run here in the fifth inning. It'll be the 9-hitter Tyler Michael that'll bat. 0 for 1 with a ground out to third on a swinging bunt. Takes inside for strike one, right at the knees on the inside corner. Michael had the swing, got caught in on the hands, dribbled it third base side. Corbin couldn't make a play on it, but Cade Johnson came in, barehanded it, and made a great play. Swing and a miss for strike two as Michael chases the breaking ball outside in the turf. Tyler Michael from Churchill High School, class of 2024. This is, surprisingly, for as good as they've been, a somewhat young roster for the Challengers this year. They've got their standard old guys, but they've got a lot of youth. As a ball popped up on the infield, it's going to go to Logan Anderson, the second baseman, makes the catch. And so there are two down after the leadoff walk. Evan Corbin needs one more to get through things here in the fifth inning. Out at second base, though, Easton McDonald, the game-tying run in scoring position with the top of the order here. Adam Elliott, 1 for 2 in the ball game. Elliott from Thurston is from 2024 and 5 from 2025. So 11 guys that still have a couple of years left of high school as a pitch on the outside corner called for another strike against Elliott. 11 guys that'll either be juniors or seniors coming up next year in high school. That's a big chunk of the roster for the Challengers, but yet they are 44-4 on the season. 0-2 pitch from Corbin, fouled off. Elliott just got a piece of it to stay alive there. That breaking ball tailing away from the right-handed hitter. He just got enough of that one to stay in the at-bat. Elliott with the 0-2 count. Hubbard will have to work behind the plate to make sure any balls in the dirt don't get by with a man at second base. The 0-2 pitch, off speed, fouled back. This is the start of the third time through the lineup here for the Challengers as we play here in the bottom of the fifth inning with 2 outs. Corbin looking for the third out. The 0-2 pitch off the handle, fouled away, and still in. Adam Elliott. Check swing on that pitch. Rode in on the hands. And the ball just careened off the bat, glances off the barrel, and back to the backstop. Stays the 0-2 count. That ball lifted out towards right center. Carson Dunn will be there, and he makes the catch to finish things off in the bottom of the 5th inning. So the Doc Stewarts keep the 1-0 lead intact as we go to the top of the 6th for the Challengers here in the 5th inning. They had no runs, no hits, no errors, and one man left on base. We're through 5. It's 1-0. Doc Stewart's in front on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be. Handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
My wife and I moved to Oregon to raise a family, set our roots, and to have a lot of fun outdoors. We quickly realized that we needed a truck or a rig for the projects that we were doing in our backyard. When we were looking to find a place to finance our truck, we asked our patients, and everyone recommended Cascade Community Credit Union. It was so easy to work with Cascade. Everything was done via email, phone, and we didn't even need to go in. I can't wait to finish up the projects in the backyard, go on more adventures in our truck with our boys, and I look forward to working with Cascade again in the future.
Top of the 6th inning, Doc Stewart's baseball brought to you by Colorcraft. They're a paint store, not a paint department. Doc Stewart's leading game 1 of our doubleheader. 1-0 the score here. They'd like to add a little insurance as they face Carter Green. Third time through the lineup here for the Docs. In fact, both teams have been kind of about the same spot in their lineup throughout this one. Carson Dunn batting for a third time, 1 for 2 in the game. He takes high for ball 1. Carson Dunn, a single back in the first inning, a line drive to left field. The 1-0 pitch. He gets underneath the ball, belted out towards left field. Tyner going back at the warning track, can't find it. That ball's over the fence. It's another one for the Doc Stewarts. A second solo home run, and the Doc Stewarts lead it 2-0. Carson Dunn will clear the left field fence as staring into the sun, Peyton Tyner, he thought maybe he'd have a chance, but Carson Dunn sends it out for his 3rd homer of the season, and the Doc Stewarts take a 2-0 lead here in the top of the 6th inning. It'll bring up Cade Johnson. Doc Stewarts coming out trying to make some noise as a ball fouled off of Cade Johnson in the box for strike 1 as he tried to bunt. Doc Stewart's a solo homer here in the strike in against Johnson. He's got an 0-2 count. Knox Hubbard had a solo homer to lead off the 3rd inning to give the Docs the lead. The 0-2 pitch bounces in. So it's a 0-2 count with 2 down for Caden Starr. And he'll take low. Docs in front, 2-0. Bottom of the 6th. Carson Dunn and Knox Hubbard with solo homers to give the Docs the lead. Evan Corbin trying to continue to pitch him through this one. He misses outside on the 1-2 offering. And the count goes to 2-2. Caden Starr will watch low, and the count goes full. So Evan Corbin needs one more out to get through things here in the 6th. His 3-2 pitch. Grounded towards short. It is picked up by Brooks Avery. Over to Withers, and the Doc Stewarts will get through a clean 1-2-3 6th inning. And they will head to the 7th with a 2-0 lead on top of the Challengers. The Doc Stewarts will try to add some more insurance when we come back. They lead this one 2-0 on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
Find everything you need to enjoy the outdoors at home or on the road at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our garden center has what you need to create an oasis at home, from patio furniture to plants and everything in between. And whether you're barbecuing at home or tailgating at the game, we stock the best products from Yeti, Traeger, and Weber. Stop by or shop online at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
For the Roseburg Dr. Stewarts, Cole Collins, Knox Hubbard, and Sebastian Watson to lead things off in the bottom of the 7th inning. Collins is 0 for 2, looking for his first hit and looking to try and start things off on the right foot for the Docs as they want to extend a 2-0 lead. On the mound, Carter Green still working now into his 7th inning. The scoreboard reads a pitch count of 99 for him. He'll fire in the 100th pitch for strike 1 against Cole Collins. Collins, the DH for the Doc Stewarts here in game 1. He's out in front of the off-speed pitch for strike 2. Collins trying to follow up his big performance on Wednesday against Grants Pass with a couple of doubles in one game of that doubleheader. The 0-2 pitch, he pops out one left side. Playable out there for Tyner. And he will make the catch to start things off here in the 7th for the Doc Stewarts. One down, Doc Stewarts baseball. Here on the score, brought to you by Fisher's Hearth and Home, serving Douglas County for over 30 years with the largest selection of wood, gas, pellet, and electric stoves and fireplaces in the area. Video stream is back. It crashed on me, but back up and running, hopefully for good here today. I just am so tired of issues with that. It'll work just fine, and then all of a sudden just decides to go out on me for whatever reason. First pitch, strike 1 to Knox Hubbard. It's Carter Green trying to pitch the challengers through this 7th inning. Knox will pop one up, playable for the catcher, who will collect it with a basket catch. Caden Gould retires Hubbard, and there's 2 away.
How about number 2, Sebastian Watson?
Well, now it'll be Sebastian Watson up the bat with 2 down and nobody on, trying to start a 2-out rally. Today's game also brought to you by Chuck Swarman Family Auto Repair. Are you ready to go where life takes you? First pitch to Watson is fouled away. Want to let you know, coming up in between games, we're going to keep coverage going here, and you can tune in for our player interview today, which will be Jace Johnson. Have him coming up in between games for you as we continue our series of player interviews throughout this season for the Doc Stewarts. Get to know Jace Johnson from South Umpqua High School coming up in between games of today's doubleheader. 1-1 pitch here for Watson. Ground ball back off the middle. That rolled, it looked like maybe off the foot of Carter Green. Throw to first base by McDonald will retire Sebastian Watson. And the challengers will make it a 1-2-3 inning defensively to keep themselves within 2. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left on base for the Doc Stewarts. We'll go to the bottom of the 7th. Docs will look to try and close this one out with Evan Corbin on the mound on 541radio.com and on the score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
At Douglas County Farmers Co-op, we want your four-legged friends to be healthy and happy. That's why we stock a carefully curated selection of pet, equine, and livestock supplies. From the premium foods your pets crave to grooming and show supplies that help you shine in the show ring, you'll find it at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our knowledgeable staff are here to help with those tough pet and livestock care questions. Stop by or shop at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
In baseball, home plate is always 60 feet 6 inches from the mound. But in life, sometimes your home plate needs to move. If you're planning to move, contact BTB Moving for help. BTB Moving is a labor-only company offering statewide services such as packing and unpacking, loading and unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. BTB Moving is an affordable veteran-owned company. Call 541-315-0122 for help with your next move. BTB Moving for all your moving needs.
First pitch swinging to the bottom of the 7th inning. Eli Christ at the plate. He flies to center field, one away for the Doc Stewarts defensively as they look to try and take down the challengers in game 1 of our doubleheader here today. So 1 out. Docs need 2 more. Aiden Hazen will bat today's game. Brought to you by Evergreen Family Medicine. Evan Corbin on the mound trying to finish it off. He faces Hazen for a 3rd time. Adam Hazen is 1 for 2 in the ball game. He takes strike 1. Evergreen Family Medicine in Sutherland now open for business. Check out their new facility just below the golf course. They've got state-of-the-art family medicine, urgent care, and lab services. 1-1 count for Hazen, who had a single to left field in his first at-bat. Fouls off the pitch for strike 2. So the Doc Stewarts trying to make a 2-0 lead hold up here in the 7th. The 1-2 from Corbin, swung on and missed in the dirt for strike 3, running down to first base. The throw by Hubbard was low, but they'll get the out at first as Hazen goes down with the strikeout for Corbin. First strikeout for him since the 2nd inning. It's his 4th in the ball game, 2 away. And that is another Mountain Mike's Pizza strikeout for Evan Corbin. A pitch on the outside, missing for ball 1 to the lefty Easton McDonald, who drew a walk in the 5th inning. The 1-0 pitch, again, misses outside, a 2-0 count. Doc Stewart's leading 2-0 with 2 away in the bottom of the 7th. Swing and a miss for strike 1 for McDonald. Doc's 2-1 pitch, fouled away. It's strike 2 for McDonald, the 7-hitter. Doc Stewart's trying to hand the challengers just their 2nd loss in league play. The 2-2 pitch, fouled third base side. That ball top of the zone there, and McDonald able to get around on it, but a little late. 2-2 from Corbin. Couldn't get him to chase another one up out of the zone, and the count goes full. McDonald did draw a walk in the 5th inning. 3-2. Chasing another ball at the top of the zone. McDonald fouls that one towards the parking lot. Waiting on deck, Caden Gould. Line drive, base hit to right field. Logan Anderson, all he could do was watch that ball go by as that line drive goes to right field. And there is a runner on to keep things alive here in game 1 of today's doubleheader. So it'll be Caden Gould who will bat. Gould, the catcher, laid down a sacrifice bunt last time he was at the plate. He will stand in, representing the game-tying run with Easton McDonald on at first. First pitch, grounds it to short. Got to charge it. Brooks Avery, get it out of the glove in time? No. And the challengers remain alive with runners at first and second and 2 down. Caden Gould with the single.
Now hitting number 19, Jackson Kister.
Brooks Avery came in, made the play, but glove in time to get it to first before the runner got there. Gould beating out the throw. Now just a bit of a hesitation, double clutch. And we'll get a pinch hitter here in the 9 spot for Tyler Michael. It'll be Jackson Kister that'll bat. Kister out of Junction City High School, class of 2023. He will face Evan Corbin for the first time, who Corbin got a brief visit on the mound by pitching coach A.J. Doolittle. So the game-tying run on at first base with 2 away here in game 1 of the doubleheader. Corbin trying to close it out. The 0-1 pitch is just outside. I put it down as a base hit. Everybody else calling it an error, so I'll change my scorebook here. 1-1 count for Kister. He puts one in the air foul into the grandstands for strike 2. So the Doc Stewarts 1 strike away from securing this Game 1 victory. Corbin trying to polish it off. His 1-2 pitch to Kister. A soft line drive going to right field will drop in, base hit. They're going to send 1 run to the plate, and that's all they'll get. And it's a 2-1 ball game as a late rally here by the Challengers has them within a run against the Doc Stewarts. A pinch hit appearance for Jackson Kister gets him on base and brings around Easton McDonald to score from second. Caden Gould only gets to second base. And so 1 run will come in. Been 2 hits here in the 7th inning. 1 Doc Stewart error. Top of the order here. Adam Elliott will bat. And into the game to run is Dylan Butler at first base. He represents the game-winning run for the Challengers. So Corbin getting late into this one. Will face Adam Elliott for a 4th time. Trying to get a complete game here. Needs 1 more out. Breaking ball for a strike to Elliott. Well, the Doc Stewarts have found ways to not make life easy. They've been obviously very good here today in Game 1, but trying to wrap it up, they just need 1 more out. Breaking ball outside, 1-1 count for Corbin. Stick around when this game goes final. We'll have your Neal Company Real Estate post-game show. 1-1 pitch from Corbin. That ball, opposite field. It's Logan Anderson there for the out, and the Doc Stewarts will secure a 2-1 victory in Game 1 of our doubleheader. They made it interesting. It was a couple of just soft liners to right field. That's about all that the Challengers could do here in this 7th inning, but it was working for them. But that time it is Logan Anderson able to get underneath it, securing the baseball for the final out. 1 run came in on 2 hits, 1 Doc's error, and 2 men left on base. But the Doc Stewarts will get a 2-1 win in Game 1 of our doubleheader. We'll head to the Neal Company Real Estate post-game show for you as we wrap Game 1 of our doubleheader. Big win for the Docs as they take the first and hand the Challengers just their 2nd loss in league play this season. 2-1 the final score, back after a 2.5-minute timeout here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Remember the good old days? When you didn't have to make an appointment or wait in line for an hour just to talk to your teller. When businesses were local and gave back to the community. At Cascade Community Credit Union, there are some things will never change. We're the only credit union or bank headquartered in Douglas County, and making our members a priority has always been our priority. For easy and simplified banking, visit CCCU. No appointment, just come on in.
Deciding where to purchase your next vehicle is just as important as the vehicle itself. At Roseburg Honda, our seasoned staff is dedicated to matching you with the right car. From sales to service, our goal is to make sure all of your needs are met, and you leave our dealership feeling good every time you visit. No need to waste your valuable time driving up and down the freeway when the ultimate car buying experience is right here at home. Roseburg Honda. We treat you like family.
For over 100 years, Douglas County Farmers Co-op has been serving the needs of farmers, ranchers, and homeowners throughout Southern Oregon. Here, everyone is welcome. When you shop with us, you can expect good people, good products, and good advice. No membership needed. Just bring yourself, and we'll provide the expertise and products you need to tackle your next project. Douglas County Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop.
To us, pizza the way it ought to be isn't just our slogan. It's our promise and our passion to give you the best dining experience and the best tasting pizza you expect. For over 40 years, we've been making pizza the way it ought to be, handmade with the freshest and finest ingredients. Our dough is made fresh daily, and we use 100% whole milk mozzarella cheese and toppings edge to edge. There's pizza, and then there's Mountain Mike's Pizza. Pizza the way it ought to be.
Successful companies have a very important secret. Good advertising works and makes them money. That's why your business should contact Lotus Media Group. Let us help you cash in with multimedia advertising. Multiple touches from Douglas County's only Google certified partner and most effective advertising platform. Web, broadcast, print. Make it happen. LotusMediaGroupLLC.com.
Game 1 in the books. Doc Stewart's will snap the Challengers' 7-game winning streak, and the Doc Stewart's will improve to 8-5 in league play. For the Challengers, they drop to 11-2 in the Area 4 league standings. For the Challengers, now 44-5 on the year. Doc Stewart's are 17-13-1. Final numbers from today's ball game: 2 runs, 4 hits, and 1 error for the Doc Stewart's. They left 4 men on base. For the Challengers, 1 run on 4 hits, no errors, and 6 men left on base. Getting the win is Evan Corbin. He pitches 7 innings, gives up 1 unearned run on 4 hits, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Corbin will move to 5-0 on the season. Carter Green goes to 7-1 on the year, suffering his first loss of the season. He pitches 7 innings, gives up 2 runs, both earned, on 4 hits, 1 walk, and 6 strikeouts. He hit 1 batter in there as well. So the Doc Stewart's get the win. They'll look for a sweep on the road. That would be something. If the Doc Stewart's were to get a 4-game sweep of the Challengers, believe it or not, they very well could finish in first place in the area. They could win the league title if they take all 4 of these games this series. So long way to go for that, but it is a possibility. We'll come back. We'll look at scoring and the offensive numbers from Game 1 of today's doubleheader as we welcome you into the Neal Company Real Estate Post-Game Show. Check out available properties and rentals on nealco.com. We take a break, and we'll come back to finish out our post-game show for Game 1. Well, then we'll get a new broadcast started for Game 2, and we'll have a word with Jace Johnson for you coming up. Doc Stewart's get a 2-1 win in Game 1. Game 2 coming up here in just a few moments on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.
Hey there, sports fans. Thanks for watching this local sporting event online at 541radio.com. Did you know there's more than one way to watch games online? You can watch games on your laptop or desktop computer, your tablet, or even your smartphone just by going to 541radio.com. But we also use YouTube to stream all of our video broadcasts, which means you could be watching this game on your big screen TV with a number of different streaming devices. You can stream our live YouTube broadcast through your PlayStation or Xbox gaming device, or through streaming devices like Google Chromecast, Apple TV, or Roku. There's plenty of ways to follow this live local sporting event. Plus, you can find past events archived on 1490 The Score's YouTube channel. Find us on YouTube and subscribe today to keep up with the latest in local sports coverage.
Find everything you need to enjoy the outdoors at home or on the road at Douglas County Farmers Co-op. Our garden center has what you need to create an oasis at home, from patio furniture to plants and everything in between. And whether you're barbecuing at home or tailgating at the game, we stock the best products from Yeti, Traeger, and Weber. Stop by or shop online at DouglasCountyFarmersCoop.com.
In baseball, home plate is always 60 feet 6 inches from the mound. But in life, sometimes your home plate needs to move. If you're planning to move, contact BTB Moving for help. BTB Moving is a labor-only company offering statewide services such as packing and unpacking, loading and unloading, piano moving, cleaning services, and 24-hour emergency services. BTB Moving is an affordable veteran-owned company. Call 541-315-0122 for help with your next move. BTB Moving, for all your moving needs.
Game one in the books as we welcome you back for our final segment of the Neal Company Real Estate postgame show from game one of our doubleheader. Today's game's been brought to you by DC Farmers Co-op, where everyone is welcome to shop. Doc Stewarts get the win 2-1. Made it a little interesting. A 2-out rally by the Challengers in the bottom of the seventh got them close, but the Doc Stewarts finish it out. So the Doc Stewarts get the win behind Evan Corbin. Looking at the scoring, it was a solo homer in the top of the third inning by Knox Hubbard that gave the Docs a 1-0 lead. Then Carson Dunn, a solo homer in the sixth inning to give the Docs a 2-0 lead. In the bottom of the seventh, Corbin would get the first 2 outs, fly ball out, strike out, and it was quickly 2 away, but then a bloop single to right field by Easton McDonald, then a grounder to short. Had to make a tough play, charging in. Brooks Avery gloved it, but he couldn't get it out of the glove and over to first base in time. And so on safely was Caden Gould. Put 2 runners on with 2 away. A pinch hit appearance by Jackson Kister. He just flared one, a bloop out to right field, dropped it in for a base hit with 2 outs. McDonald running from second, comes around to score. Made it a 2-1 ball game. Runners at first and second. Top of the order coming up for a 4th time against Evan Corbin, who was at over 100 pitches, finishes at 107. And so Corbin facing the lineup for a 4th time, you kind of start to wonder, can he get that final out? He needs just one more, but these guys have seen a lot of them, and he's starting to get to the end of his rope at over 100 pitches. But he gets Adam Elliott to – Elliott almost did the exact same thing that the previous 2 base hits in that 7th inning had been. McDonald and Kister both hit just soft liners to right field, and Adam Elliott almost did the exact same thing, but maybe the Docs were shifted a bit for it, and Logan Anderson able to get there in shallow right field. The second baseman makes the catch for the final out of game 1. So the Doc Stewarts win 2-1. Looking at offensive numbers for the Docs, Carson Dunn was 2 for 3 in the game with that solo homer. He had the RBI. He also scored a run. And Logan Anderson 1 for 3 in the game with a single. Knox Hubbard was 1 for 3 with the solo home run. Run scored and an RBI for him. Those are the 3 players with hits in this game. Carson Dunn had half of the hits for the Doc Stewarts. Only 4 hits on the other side for the Challengers, and they got 2 of them in the 7th inning. Adam Elliott got a single in the first inning. He finished 1 for 4. Then Aiden Hazen was 1 for 3 with a single in the second. Easton McDonald was 1 for 2. He had a walk and a single, scored a run. And then it was Jackson Kister with that pinch hit RBI single in the 7th inning for the final hit in the game for the Challengers. That is game 1. That's your Neal Company Real Estate post-game show for the opener. Again, check out available properties and rentals at nealco.com. We'll go ahead and take a break. When we come back, we're going to fire up the interview we have with Jace Johnson. You can also watch the action online at 541radio.com. Well, for those that are watching, we're going to end the broadcast of Game 1 and start a new one for Game 2. So you'll catch the interview there on the new broadcast, the new video stream for Game 2 of our contest. All right, we'll take the break. When we come back, a word with Doc Stewart's, he's mainly been a DH this year because of some shoulder injuries. Jace Johnson will be with us when we come back after a 2-minute timeout here on 541radio.com and on the Score, 92.3 FM and 1490 AM.